Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Concern podcast, where we unpack political, social, economic, and cultural stories shaping our world. I am Emmanuel Taban. Now, the government of the United States of America, the US military, under President Donald J. Trump, successfully carried out an operation in the South American country of Venezuela that actually uh, captured their president, Nicholas Maduro, and his wife, Celia Flores, while they were at their residence. And the operation was successfully carried out by the US military. In fact, this is a statement issued by President Donald J. Trump immediately after the successful operation was carried out. Let's listen.
Late last night and early today, at my direction, the United States Armed Forces conducted an extraordinary military operation in the capital of Venezuela. Overwhelming American military power, air, land, and sea, was used to launch a spectacular assault. And it was an assault like people have not seen since World War II. It was a force against a heavily fortified military fortress in the heart of Caracas to bring outlaw dictator Nicholas Maduro to justice. This was one of the most stunning, effective, and powerful displays of American military might and competence in American history.
And yes, so according to Trump, he said actually the US Army has been at standby. They had wanted to carry out this attack, like 3 days or 4 days ago, but only that the weather was not that appropriate. But then they were just like on standby, waiting for the perfect time to carry out the attack. Unfortunately, on Saturday, as he said, that the weather was perfect and they feel that was the right time. And he had just to send the US Army to go and actually carry out the operation. And the reason why the United States of America actually captured, and to so many people, they actually say the US kidnapped the Venezuela's president, Nicolas Maduro, and his wife, Celia Flores. And the reason is because, one, the US has charged Nicolas Maduro with one called possession of machine guns and involvement in illicit drug business and all this kind of stuff. And according to the United States, the actions of President Nicolas Maduro has actually led to the death of over 300,000 or so number of Americans every year. And because of these drugs that are being illegally transported to the United States of America to be consumed by Americans. And this is not the most interesting thing about this attack. After the United States carried out successfully the attack on Venezuela's president and they captured the president is right now in the United States. He's flown to the US. I think he's kept in detention in Brooklyn, in New York, one of the districts in New York. And according to the United States sources, the Department of Justice, Maduro is going to face justice on American soil. That is what they are going, because he's being charged by the United States, he is going to face justice in the US soil. And the most other interesting thing about this attack is that after the operation was successfully carried out, the government of the United States of America now says the US is going to run Venezuela. They are going to send a group of people to actually run Venezuela until a successful judicial transition is made, where the country elects its perfect transitional leader, or appointed their perfect transitional leader. Until that time, the United States of America is going to run Venezuela. Interesting. And second of all, the US also says that US big oil companies are going to run the Venezuela oil infrastructures. They're going to rebuild it. They're going to reinvest their huge money in Venezuela, and they're going to run the Venezuela's oil. That is interesting again. And I mean, like, for so many of us, I mean, this looks very strange because, one, according to me, the president of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump, was elected to lead Americans. He was elected to be the president of America. That is, I mean, a common sense to everyone. And it looked quite strange that a president elected to lead a specific country now wants to lead two different countries. He now claims to be, I mean, like, what does it mean if the US sends, I mean, a section of people to go and rule or govern or run Venezuela? That will definitely means that that is the United States still running Venezuela. And I don't understand this, what impact it has on international law that another country is running another independent country. It doesn't really make any sense. And again, one thing about this attack that I've seen is that I feel that the United States of America has actually set a green light. The United States has set reasons why many countries, many powerful countries, the so-called superpowers like Russia, like China, the United States has set a green light so that these countries will have very legit explanation, a very legit reason why they will go and occupy or overthrow a government of another country if they feel that that country is a threat to their national interest. I mean, we have seen this. This has been the perfect reason why Vladimir Putin has been justifying the reason for occupation of Ukraine. I mean, it looks like this is double standard when you come out and criticize Vladimir Putin for invading Ukraine simply because he feels that the existence of Ukraine is going to harbor people who are going to be a threat to Russia's interest. And that's the same thing that the United States of America is doing. The United States, President Donald J. Trump claims that he's not going to accept Venezuela. He's not going to accept being surrounded, the United States be surrounded by a country that is going to harbor US enemies and a country that is going to be a threat to the interests of the United States of America. And that has been the perfect reason why Vladimir Putin has been always explaining or displaying about invading Ukraine. So I find it quite interesting and double standard by the United States of America when they do so. And so many people came out and reacted towards this move. I mean, so many Western countries, leaders of Western countries, they've came out and majority of them supported this move. But I feel that the United States of America has been, I mean, facing a backlash from within the United States, especially from Democrats. And because the US president carried out this operation as a unilateral decision, it has never been confirmed and discussed in the Congress, and it has never been given a go-ahead by the Congress. So he just took it as a unilateral decision made by himself, and it happened that way. So I feel America is setting some new standards where they want to feel like they are superior and wants to dominate the affairs of the world, and they have to dictate on every state and on what each and every country has to do with their governments, with their leaders, with their citizens, with their policies. This is exactly what the United States of America is doing. But I feel the most negative thing about this attack is that it has given Russia, China, and other superpowers the go-ahead to actually solidify their invasion, to solidify or to give good reason as to why they need to take over or change government in other countries. So this is a bad one for me. Thank you so much. This is my opinion about the Venezuela's attack by the United States of America. Until next time, I'm Emmanuel Taban, and this is the Concern Podcast.
On our business section for today, are you a South Sudanese parent living in Uganda who desires to preserve your child's national identity, cultural values, and academic continuity without sending them back to South Sudan? Then worry no more. Excel International School proudly offers South Sudanese families in Uganda the opportunity to access the South Sudan national curriculum in a secure, nurturing, and academically enriching environment right in Uganda. As you pursue stability and opportunity in Uganda, your children can continue their education seamlessly following the South Sudan syllabus, guided by qualified, experienced teachers who understand both the academic standards and cultural foundations of South Sudan. At Excel, they deliver genuine South Sudan curriculum, strong moral and academic foundation, experienced and culturally grounded educators, safe and supporting learning environment, and convenient campuses both in Kampala and Arua. For the Kampala campus, they are located at Zambia opposite the American Embassy, or you can contact the principal at 077-168-2831 or 074-2288-712. And the Arua campus is located at Adalafu in Arua City, or you can contact the management at 077-3498-768. Admission for the 2026 and registration for the 2026 academic year is ongoing. Parents are encouraged to register early as places are limited. Give your children an education that connects them to home, heritage, and hope without borders. Excel International School. Fear God to excel.